loved before. Got mad and closed the door. But you said try just once more. I chose you for the one. Now we're having so much fun. You treated me so kind. I'm about to lose my mind. You made me so happy. I'm so glad you came into my life. The others were untrue, but when it came to loving you, I'd spend my whole life with you. 'Cause you came and you took control. You touched my very soul. You've always shown me that loving you is where it's at. You made me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life. Thank you, baby. I love you so much it seems. You're even in my dreams. I can hear you, babe. Baby, I can hear you calling me. But I'm so in love with you.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.
Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. 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 BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur day. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Oh my God. Jesus. I don't know what to say. I have
Welcome
nothing.
to the apocalypse.
Yeah, well,
Yay.
here we are. It's not a happy day anywhere. So I don't know
I
how.
guess that depends on your perspective.
Well, shit. I don't know. I was telling Chanda before the show, I don't even know how to do a show tonight because of the insanity that's coming to a head here. So I don't know, man.
I gotta admit, I've been pretty glued to X and all the social medias tonight, trying to figure out what's going on, what to believe, what's propaganda, what's freaking real, what's actual footage. A lot of footage out there that's bullshit. That's old Ukrainian footage, shit from years ago. You got to be careful what you're believing tonight, for sure.
Yeah, I've seen some
Verify the
stuff.
facts.
Yeah, it's getting peppered with propaganda, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I do believe
There is
the
stuff
drone
happening for
attack and
real,
all that
yeah.
other stuff. But I'm very
Yeah.
careful. I don't own any of this stuff. I'm just watching it come in like the rest of you out there as we're here. And I know there's a bunch of our sisters and brothers that are popping up with live rooms, and talking about this in real time. But I'm just like, wow, I don't know what to say. So I guess what we can say is we've got a big show tonight, and we're going to try and inject a little humor. So take a break if you can. Take a breath. And I'm going to start shouting out the chat here before we get
Shout out
too much
chat.
into the mud. Kamshwari Kate, first in Cold Fusion Gaming. Number 2, Red Angel. Anthony Extra Bowler. Hey, Warren, what's going on? Jody Havel, good to see you. Popeye the Sailor. Steve G, Mastermind Hour. Always a pleasure. President Jesus, this intro is hot. Midnight Karma. Hey, Vic. VSA Dams. Okay. Jax, hold on. Happy Saturday night to all. Yeah, let's try and make it a little happier if we can. And Jax with the super chat. Hello, Oz and Chanda. So glad to catch you live. Jax. I've been kind of tagging along with you all day on your posts, and I'm high-fiving and dittoing fuck Israel and, you know, everybody else who's a Zionist piece of shit out there these days. Yeah, I mean, and there's Fingerman. There is Natalie Williams. Always great to see you, Natalie. Let me see who else we got in here. Snorky. Hey, Snorky. Waiting for tomorrow to see if my students get called up. I hope they don't. Peace Dove, great to see you, Peace Dove. Rick Solis, what's going on? 4737 Carlin. Yeah, Iran does have the right to defend itself, especially when their embassy and a bunch of their commanders got blown up last week. Shanda, do you have the Rokfin or the other ones? Or?
I do have the Rokfin. Anna Maris is hanging out over there. Hey, Anna, what's up? Fred Edwards and let's see, Copeland Morris. Dirk Diggler's over there with Popeye. Hi, Popeye. And let's see, I got the Rumble. We got Shane Piper 69, La 66, and Ghost Art hanging out on the Rumbles. And I haven't logged into the Kick. My bad. You guys know I'm in a new configuration, and it's I'm all over the place, so I will get logged into the Kick. But yeah, Oz, what's going on is crazy. But seriously, do any of us have any control, any say? Is there any reason to get yourself all worked up? No. Pop some popcorn, watch the world burn, and wait for your turn. That's all you can do in the late stage capitalism we find ourselves in. So
yeah, we're pushing back on these bastards. I noticed this particularly on the X. Is that, you know, all of these foreign agents, and I will say the majority of Congress is getting paid off by AIPAC and ADL and all these agents. Israeli, it is in my opinion, when they're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, they become foreign agents by default, and they shouldn't be representing us because they're actually representing Israel and the business interests that do that. So I can't say it enough. Do what you can. Where are you at? Speak up while you can before they censor the shit out of you. You know, all this money going over to Israel and Ukraine is sickening. I was driving home from the market today with my wife and looking at the road, and she goes, God, this road's getting worse and worse and worse. I go, yeah, that's because they're sending all the money over to Israel or to the weapons manufacturers while our infrastructure is falling apart. And tonight, they're getting poised to send more money over there with this bullshit that they're pulling over.
Well, I got predictions. I mean, what if? What if, our southern border has been wide open for 3 fucking years. You go try to sneak into another country, it ain't going to happen, but you can get into America. And my fear is that the Biden administration, we know they've told us over and over, Rahm Emanuel, you take advantage of it. They're going to jump the fuck all over this. They're going to pump it up. And who knows? I mean, Biden knows he's losing his fucking ass to Trump. Do we strike Iran back? And then all of a sudden we're getting hit inside of our own borders here in the United States, and then they'd have to cancel the election and maybe call up a draft. Like, there's some crazy shit that could come out of this, right? It's all possible with these crazy ass lunatics that are in charge right now.
Yeah, somebody hit me with this bullshit. Oh, they won't replace a wartime president. I think, considering what this administration has done,
Biden, bye-bye.
Yeah. If they don't replace this wartime idiot president we have, they're foolish. But like I said to that person who will go unmentioned, I said, well, you don't have a choice. And then they started in with this, but you're going to vote for Trump? And I go, well, how are you doing under Biden? You know, we're World War III's on our doorstep today.
If we strike Iran back for Israel, I'm voting for Trump. You guys know I haven't been like, I'm going to vote for Trump. I've been like, no, I'll vote third party. I'll vote for Jill Stein before I play in this game anymore. But tell you what, if we start striking back, I might vote for Trump.
Well, it is. It's truly. It's tonight. The theme of the show, and I did this last night, but I kind of anticipated this breaking loose because everybody's been saying for the last 3 days.
We've been watching. We've been on watch all week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They've been saying it's coming.
Yeah, but the
Iran
thing.
didn't hide it.
I don't know if you read the paragraph in the Twitter, Shanda, but I said F around and without a doubt, because that's what's happening on the coining the phrase of fuck around and find out. It's without a doubt. It's going to happen. And
Well, those in the know have been telling us for fucking weeks. You know,
Yeah.
I love Judge Napolitano. I'm always
Napolitano,
following
yeah.
what Colonel McGregor is saying. Of course, I like Scott Ritter. So
yeah.
if you've been paying attention, those that know how modern warfare goes, they've been calling it.
Yeah, if you want to, I hate even asking or throwing this up, but I'm going to do it anyway because we have to, because I went to the market today. If you want to help us out, being that your money is so devaluated anyway, you could throw us a couple of those bucks that you might be able to pop up just to keep us rolling, but it might be a moot issue by Monday. Who knows, Shanda?
I get why donations have dried up so much. You know, we've been in this
Nobody
game
has any
for
money.
a while now. Nobody has
Yeah.
any fucking money. Go to the grocery store and just buy a few items, and you understand why. Why it's happening. So
Yeah.
we're fighting to hold on, and that is my thing. Like, okay, think about like the Great Depression and all of the old printing press people that were trying to get information out. You know, we were coming into a world war, so there was a lot of information that was being moved around, and it had to be people sacrificing, and that's what we're doing. I'm going to keep sacrificing so that way we can talk truth with our community, and we have an amazing community, right?
Oh yeah, and again, if you don't have any money to donate or give, don't give it. Please do not. But if you have something that you
We're
can
not
dig
Bernie
out,
Sanders.
no, if you can, if you got something you can dig out of the couch and throw at us, throw it at us. But if you can't, don't do it because it's tight out there, everybody. I guess we better get going because we have got a hell of a show tonight.
Well, in light of what went down tonight or what we're seeing tonight, I kind of updated our deck because you guys know we write this on Friday, so we knew this was kind of coming, so I did put a few things from tonight. Ooh, I love that. That's a great reface. Can I have that hair?
Yeah, sure. Can I have that hair? I'd love to have that hair myself. Just want to tell everybody we have a hell of an outro tonight, and that will be premiering on the YouTubes tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. But exit reels. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, and I appreciate the feedback. It'll keep me going doing this, and I hope you enjoy these outros as much as we do. It's a labor of love for me. And Linda's got a terrific yum yum tonight. But first,
I haven't seen it.
we have a special day for somebody.
The camera keeps up with me now.
Yeah.
And I don't
Guess
blur
what?
out.
Guess what? Guess whose birthday it is?
It's his birthday, and I knew it was Pasta's birthday before we knew it was Pasta's birthday.
Yeah, Pasta came on the show yesterday, late as usual, but he made it, which was a great thing. So we want to wish Brother Pasta a happy 61st birthday. Did I say 61? Maybe
he's 51.
Oh, I'm
Look at
sorry.
my age and me. He's 1 year older than me. So.
Well, Pasta, you don't look a day over 58, so you're looking great there, brother. I'm sure he's going to give me some shit for that.
So he did get that panel. So he's been talking about when he was on the show with us yesterday. He was talking about how he wants to do a panel at what is that, Mind Fest or something like that in Austin on the 27th. And he's going to be on a panel with Destiny, the CIA op we're always talking shit about. And then he's going to be on an election integrity one too. So watch for that. He had Pasta had a really good stream earlier today.
Yeah,
go check it out. He really did.
We love our brother Pasta, and it
melted my mind a little. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to come back and re-listen to this. A lot of esoteric talk.
No, this is the thing. We love our brother Pasta, but like him, we do not walk in lockstep with our brothers and sisters on every damn issue. That way we can all grow and get better, and we all roll a little bit differently, so, that's the way it is. But that's what makes him and all of our sisters and brothers special, is because we're not a choir Fucking choirs. This terrible choirs.
I love watching people evolve. I love where Pasta and Fee were when we first met them.
Oh yeah.
And to where I'm watching them grow in their beliefs of where we are now and growing alongside them, right? So no, it's been an amazing community watching it evolve.
We got a terrific chat going on over there. We got Manitalk and Peace Dove and Desert Mantis and the crazy puppet President Jesus. They are in that chat, just tearing it up. Keep it up, guys. We really appreciate a good chat. And when you have time, take a peek at our show in between chatting. But let's kick this thing. Happy birthday, Pasta. May you have many more.
Happy birthday, Pasta.
Many more, many more, many more, many more. Okay, let's kick this thing off. Brother P, here we go. Chanda. Yeah.
When they watch World War III 2 days before taxes are due. Fucking A. Yeah.
No
I would
kidding.
advise you pay your taxes. Just because World War III has started doesn't mean you get out of taxes. No.
Yep. And of course, U.S. pledges to defend Israel in case of an Iranian attack. Well, hey, fuck around and figure it out. We shouldn't be fighting Israel's wars. We shouldn't be helping Israel commit a slaughter genocide on other countries. We are horrible. So I thought this meme up here, don't worry, we'll pick it up afterwards, was pretty appropriate for Joe Biden. I know he wouldn't appreciate that, but what the hell? Go fuck yourself, asshole. You are the worst president in my modern history next to George W. Bush.
If Israel didn't exist, we'd have to invent it.
Yeah, we would. Oh, you did update this deck, didn't you? So you brought, we both brought this one. You want to read that?
Get out of my brain. Apex saying, thank you, POTUS Joe Biden, for your strong and unequivocal support for Israel as it confronts increasingly dangerous threats from Iran. America must stand with Israel as it fights to protect its families. Hashtag stronger together. And we have Lindsey Graham here with the lotion and the tissue watching the war unfold. Yeah,
oh God, yeah.
We've seen this. He's been he's been beating the drums.
He buys those big Costco bundles of tissue and the big buckets of lotion. Him and Cornyn and the rest of those war pigs.
Right?
Anyway, watch Biden, this droid at this press conference. This is sickening.
It's so sick. Does he even know where he is?
No.
In this moment.
Don't.
Are American personnel at risk, Mr. President? Mr. President, are American troops at risk as well?
We are devoted to the defense of Israel. We will support Israel. We will help defend Israel, and Iran will not succeed. Thank you very much.
Oh, whatever.
No. U.S. response, sir.
No, he's lost.
Look at him. I'm lost.
Walking into a
Where's the
fucking
bathroom?
wall.
Where's the bathroom?
Oh, God.
Where's the
That's
bathroom?
what's taking us into World War III. That is exactly who's taking us into World War. But he's a puppet. He's a puppet. He's just a chess piece. He's just somebody to be controlled. The powers that be are much higher up that want this.
I just want to do a sound check. Can you guys hear everything okay? My master's
That
off
clip
for
was
some
a little
reason.
low for me, but
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's okay. I'll wait for it to catch up. I see Shanda's finding the 666s for me. Thank you, Chanda. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so Alex Jones tweeted this out like maybe an hour ago. Anyways, I came across it. Of course, it was on 666, but here's the fucking irony of it. He retweets, "This is Israel in the aftermath of Iran's unprovoked missile attack. Can you believe it? Such a wanton destruction. Iran must pay." And obviously, that is not fucking Israel. That's obviously Gaza. And so Alex Jones says, "This is genocide." Oh my God, you should have seen the comment section on this thing.
Oh, I
Half
can
the
only...
people are like, "Oh, that's the funniest shit. He's being sarcastic, blah, blah, blah." And then half the people are like, "Are you serious?"
Well, I see that we're sharing a brain again today because you put up the main U.S. taxpayer dollars and then U.S. taxpayer dollars. Kind of coinky-dink, huh?
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Same.
So we have, what do you have here? You got a TikTok here.
Okay, so I mean, we've seen a lot this week. The West Bank. I mean, Israel arming civilians with guns to point at their fucking neighbors. Them raiding people on the West Bank's homes, Palestinians on the West Bank. I mean, we saw so many today, but that was the extent of what they were doing. Check this out, Oz. This will break your heart. What they're doing to the elderly.
I'm having a hard time getting through this one. So 2 weeks ago, I told you about this 94-year-old woman with Alzheimer's, and she could not move. She couldn't walk. She couldn't talk. She couldn't do anything for herself. And when they evacuated the family by gunpoint, one of her kids said, "That's my mom, I'll take her." And the IOF said, "No, leave her. We'll take care of her." They took care of her. They burned the house down with her in her bed. Her son found her remains. I lived with my mother with Alzheimer's the last 3 years of her life. They're worse than infants. Basically the same. I'm truly at a loss for words as to how anyone could do this. There's been so many atrocities, but there's no possible reasoning besides cruelty. The cruelty is the point. Free Palestine and fuck Joe Biden.
It's hard to have empathy for what's going on tonight. It really does. I'm an empathic person. I have empathy and sympathy, but I don't after watching the hate, the just straight ass hate that we have seen for so many months now. It's hard to drum up even a fake fear. You know?
Well, it's hard for me just to keep my composure here, because what we're seeing when they burn a house down with a 94-year-old great grandmother with Alzheimer's, that's only the worst monsters from hell can do.
Exactly.
And I'm saying justice, karma, whatever it takes, you fucking animals.
An eye for an eye.
They were projecting this term animals that they were calling the Palestinians.
Yes.
They weren't Palestinians aren't the animals. It's the Zionist fuckers over there. I hope they rot.
P-Stuff says Zionists have no empathy. Absolutely.
None whatsoever. And speaking of pieces of shit, by the way, she said IOF. It's IDF is what she wanted to say, but she's too tore
they're
up
all
to say
saying IOF. So remember how we changed ISIS and it was ISIL? They're doing that again.
Yeah,
the IDF.
well, it's distracting.
The IDF. Our whole entire fucking lives, they can call it the IOF. They can call it the IEF. I don't care. I know who they are.
Yeah, we know who they're talking about. Now, you brought this one of Cory Booker from Case Study QB, and I think this asshole
I ever bought into this asshole's rhetoric.
Oh, he's their dime store Obama, and the guy is such a shitty actor. Just unbelievable, the garbage.
Jersey Obama.
And fair warning, this is in the Sabrina Salvati segment, Sabby Sab segment we got coming up too. That's how bad this asshole. I think maybe it's Ro Khanna, because I get them mixed up. You know, these assholes all look the same to me, so they're assholes. Period. So here we go.
Did that one get separated? I thought I had that one with.
Well, let's give it a whirl here and see how it goes.
Israel, of course, is an ally. We all know that. But there's also a lot of concern about the humanitarian efforts that are happening there, or a lot of innocent civilians who are losing their lives. You know, you've been very vocal about your support. You still feel that way?
Look, if this
still feel that way,
if you could look at what's happening in Gaza or Ukraine or Haiti or Sudan right now and not be torn up, not having to anguish your heart, then I don't know if you really have full humanity. We're a country right now that is witnessing hunger and suffering of innocent people in Gaza, as well as in a lot of other conflict zones. And this is a tough time to lead. But President Biden on the world stage right now has stepped up in ways that have earned him the respect of our allies and peers all across the globe. Just talk to European leaders about what we're doing in Ukraine. And right now he is, and not him directly, but his team, is negotiating between the terrorist organization Hamas and Israel to bring an end to this. He's called unequivocally, let's bring about a ceasefire, release of hostages, cessation of hostilities,
He's
open
called
the
upon
gates
that, Cory, but it still has not happened. That's what I think is so frustrating for so many people.
I think it's frustrating for, I think anybody who looks at it feels frustrated to see the kind of death and destruction in Gaza, the kind of violence that was endured by Israel, the worst attack on Jews since the Holocaust, the hostages, including Americans that are being held. These are not easy issues, and they shouldn't be judged on the politics of them. They should be judged on the work that needs to get done to resolve this conflict. And I'm grateful that President Biden is standing in the saddle in a very difficult time to lead globally, making tough calls and trying to drive this conflict to a resolution, to end the violence and resolve the situation in a way that ends this punctuated violence we've had there, whether it's what we just saw or the attacks on Israel in 2014 or what Hamas and Iran and their proxies have been doing. This is tough times, and I understand the political ramifications, Gail, but this is really a time that should pull on our humanitarian heart. We need to get a lot more humanitarian aid into Gaza, but it also should pull on our larger ideals. As a guy who's traveled to the Arab countries in that region, from Egypt to Saudi.
I can't take it.
He fucked up. He was going to say, as a guy who's traveled to Israel, because remember, he was in Israel for a long time, not too long ago. He realized that would come across bad, so he said...
This is the guy that sold out his sisters and brothers to the Israeli lobby. Sabby Sabs did a great segment, kicking his ass all over the other night. So check that out. It's really good. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of good segments she did this week. She's kicking ass in her reporting. Samantha Powers. Now this is the modern day Medusa without the snakes in the hair. But I swear to God, if I saw her in person, I probably would turn to stone. She's horrible. Horrible. She's a monster too. What the hell, Chanda? Can you read that? I can't see it.
Putin is losing ground in the fight to destroy Ukraine's economy. In fact, Ukraine's economy is on track to grow 5% this year. Critical support from the U.S. and other allies has, and then it trails off. So let's hear what she has to say.
The resources that Congress has given U.S. aid to work in partnership with those same courageous and ingenious Ukrainians, this time in the economic sector, the agricultural sector, the energy
shot
sector.
Of embalming fluid.
I can't think of a better return
on
investment. Not only because the economy has not collapsed and indeed will grow by 5% this year, not only because Ukraine is now back to feeding the world, despite Putin's attempts to destroy Black Sea exports and agricultural land and agricultural equipment. And that has brought down global food prices, including food prices here in the United States. Surely, its tech sector grew by 5%
Patty
in the
Murray
first year after Putin invaded Ukraine. It's young people determined, again, to invent and USAID facilitating those partnerships, trade fairs, job fairs, making those export linkages. That is what the supplemental also funds. Yes, it's humanitarian assistance. Yes, it's ammunition for Ukraine. But it is development. It is economic development that is going to put Ukraine in an incredibly strong position to be a member of Europe and a member of democratic civilization that contributes and gives back.
Democratic civilization. We're democratic civilization.
She was the architect. She was the architect of this goddamn shit. Her and cronies.
Newland. Yeah, her fucking crony Newland for sure. But I mean, to just sit there and fucking bald-faced lie that our food prices are down because the breadbasket of Ukraine is back up and running. We're not buying
bullshit.
It. You're full of shit.
Full of absolute shit. She's like I said. There's not enough colorful metaphors I can use when talking about that witch. Anyway, this is what's actually happening. I wanted to bring this. I'm sure you guys have seen this around. But then you've got Blinky there getting on his jet. Genocide accomplice flees the crime scene. So yeah, I that's what it looks like.
Well, we're the udders. So if Biden's the cow, we're the fucking udders. I hate
that cow is long since drained of anything. Now we're operating on fake shit on everything. So.
Shit. I want to go grab a couple of super chats. I think I saw a couple of super chats come in. Let's see. Aspen Fallen. Aw, cute little kitty. Thank you. I can't see what it says though.
It's a sticker.
It's a sticker. Yeah. And then we've got Crazy Puppet in the house.
Crazy
What about a law that will mobilize women in Ukraine? Yeah, that's so fucked up too. Like,
Yeah.
not a meat grinder though. They got plenty of young men that are volunteering. Like she said, this young people rebuilding the country. No, you already have ate through most of their demographic. What are you talking
What
about?
about taking over and turning everything into state media? And what about canceling elections? What about all that shit? Ukraine's not a democracy. It's a fucking
it's a
puppet.
totalitarian state.
Yeah, it's awful. Just awful. And
Well, what about this shit that Burisma paid the so-called attackers that attacked Russia?
Oh yeah, that
this
was
week?
hilarious. Yeah.
I don't think that's on the deck anywhere, but that's crazy.
Yeah, and you brought this, and I can't even say this asshole's
Oh yeah,
name.
this just broke. Hakeem Jeffries wants you to know that Iran, a sworn enemy of the United States, has launched an unprecedented attack against our democratic ally and the state of Israel. America's commitment to Israel's security is ironclad and unbreakable.
Bullshit.
Iran will not succeed. We stand with the people of Israel during the moment of significant challenge. And yeah, they still believe that you're calling the shots, Joe.
Yeah, isn't that funny? That's actually something else.
Well,
We've got.
that's their talking point because they're all saying that ironclad bullshit.
Well, then you've got this piece of shit. I didn't bring the video because I didn't want to hear him.
Thank you.
But you know, you got John Bolton is not only the country's most bloodthirsty and deranged warmonger. Emphasize that, Glenn, times 100. But he wrote in Dick Cheney for president in 2020, and will do it again this year. Yet he's beloved by CNN and MSNBS. Yet he's always on CNN and MSNBS. Talk about propaganda. Those goddamn stations, especially NBC Universal, they have lost any credibility whatsoever as a news organization. They are horse shit times 10. Anybody believe it? And here's the thing.
I could have guessed this. I actually could have guessed.
MSNBS has been pushing the CDC data on finding that the
we're not allowed to talk about that V
didn't
word.
have any effect on heart issues, and they put it on MSNBC and CNN and NBC and all of them. Do they really think people believe anything coming from these new so-called news organizations anymore? Not that the data is right or wrong, but the credibility of the Western media is in the fucking tank. And we have boomers like myself, not like myself, but boomers who eat this shit up still. And it makes me sick to my stomach. Sick to my damn stomach.
Yep.
How could they even do this? I'm embarrassed for my demographic. It is horrendous.
Sorry.
What do we got here? Is this
Gen X is the only one that's got their shit together.
What is this?
This is churches that they're bombing in Gaza because fuck Christians if they get in the way.
Oh yeah, I watched this. This is horrifying.
This is horrible and heartbreaking. Such beautiful fucking history being blown up. I want to say that was built in like 1700 or some shit. I put it in the video link and then I forgot.
So there are 400 people.
They blew it up.
So
you know how much history we've lost because of fucking wars? I mean, not to mention everything that got blew up during World War II, but look at all of the ancient Samaritan history that got blown up in fucking the Iraq War, you know, Babylon and shit. Like, and ripped off a lot of those ancient artifacts and shit that they find out there.
Yeah.
The military was selling that shit off to the goddamn rich elite assholes that collected in their private collections, you know?
Yeah, they learned this from Nazi Germany. So this is...
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Everything that happened in Nazi Germany is happening all over.
Yeah, it's horrific what's going on. You know, why don't they just blow up the Louvre? You know, I mean, let's get rid of all the history and everything else, you pieces of absolute shit. It's just horrible. I can't.
What Salty says? What Salty's digital dive says? Zionists are just wishing Christians a happy Easter. That's what they tell you, right? They gaslight you into things.
Yeah, I skipped a slide here. I'm going to bring it back. But this guy, this old fucker, he's another foreign agent, in my opinion, just like Biden and just like everybody. This AIPAC track, they are doing a service because they are exposing the foreign agents in our Congress, which is how many? What would you say? At least, well, yeah, I'm a little less harsh. 75%. You could say.
Way more than that. It's like 97%. I'm not even freaking joking you. It is in the 90 percentile. I would bet anything on it.
Well, the answer to that is a complete wipe of Congress. I mean, all of them need to be voted out. Both parties, all of them.
And I'm so sick and tired of people telling me, "Oh, this person's good or that person."
No, they're not.
Barbara Lee bullshit. I've been telling you for fucking years she's terrible.
Sheila Jackson Lee, yeah, she was horrible today. Horrible.
They're all
horrible. They're all on this warmongering bandwagon shit.
They all
now you put this in. This is melanoma and Elon Musk here, right?
Javier Milei.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. Look behind Elon. What do you see behind him?
I don't know. It looks like, what's his name?
Maybe the leader of AIPAC, probably. I don't know. Or fucking the IDF. Somebody, one of his handlers. Maybe it was Shmuley.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, no, they're being all buddy, right? So somebody tweeted out, or Elon, libertarian.
Well, this is old news to us, but for some of the newbies out there, CNN, the hotspot, CNN investigation finds that Israel lied about the flower massacre, and our friend over there at Black Bear News says, "Dear Biden stans, tell me more about how you support genocide." So yeah, I mean, really bad shit.
Stands. That's funny. I love how everybody uses stands now. Do you know where the term stands came from?
I don't know. Where did it come from?
I'm going to tell the boomer what stands mean, fam. Stands came from a famous Eminem song. It's about a fan that stalks him and loses his mind and wants to be like Eminem, blah, blah, blah. And his name is Stan. So now anytime you see somebody who worships somebody else celebrity-wise, they're a crazy stan. That's where it comes from.
God, you said Eminem, and this boomer thought melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
The candy, not the rapper. Yeah. Poor boomers.
I had a custom-made T-shirt back when I was in college, and on the front of it said "Powered by M&M's," and on the back of it it said "Melt in your mouth, not in your hand." So I got a lot of looks on that shit. We've got Beauty and the Boomer family, and that is the Munsters. I just wanted to show my artwork off there. Actually, the AI art. Well, you make a great. What was Yvonne DiCarlo's character's name? There's Herman. There's Grandpa.
No, she wasn't Morticia. That was a different one.
No, that was the Addams Family. What was Lillian? It's Lillian, right?
Lillian.
And then our executive producer, Linda, is on the niece. You know, she always played the good part. But you brought this Krispy Kreme thing here. So I will never, ever, ever even look at Krispy Kreme, ever.
The owners of Krispy Kremes, are staunch Zionists and support the Zionist state with investments and donations through the Alfred Lackard Foundation. Don't eat from Krispy Kremes. Don't work for Krispy Kremes. So now you know it. Krispy Kremes are staunch Zionists.
I've got to get that app for my phone, Chanda. We have Claire says here today, and she put it out of the park again. She only gets like a minute to speak, which she needs at least 2. But here we go.
She does a good job. They're going to stop playing.
So the rules-based order is in roaring form. 2 weeks ago, Israel bombs Iran's embassy in Syria, an act of aggression against two states, the UN Charter and the Vienna Conventions. Rules not only no condemnation, but defence of Israel against retaliation. So last week, Ecuador follows suit, sends armed heavies into Mexico's embassy, snatching an asylum claimant, an assault on refugee and diplomatic law. Of course, the US has never respected international law. It was always one law for their friends and another for everybody else. But after 6 months of throwing international law on the bonfire in Gaza, something is broken. We are in free fall. Strikes on hospitals, normalised. On aid convoys, refugees, civilians, normalised. Famine as a weapon of war, normalised. All with impunity. We are witnessing the collapse of the post-war system instigated by the US and Europe, all to shield Israel, our outpost, from consequences. But when the last law is down and the devil turns on us, where will we hide, all laws being flouted?
And once again, I will say it. You can have the entire United States Congress and the President of the United States will take Claire and Mick. So you can have 535 members for Claire and Mick, and we'll be just fine in this country. So fuck the Congress and fuck Biden, fuck the Biden administration. I've had it. Now I'm going to let you read your meme since I so rudely interrupted.
Well, it's not a meme. This is a
that's
rally
an announcement.
that they're holding at the Shannon Airport. I'm assuming. I mean, Claire and Mick have been promoting this, so I'm assuming it's in Ireland, but they're going to stop the warplanes. U.S. stop warplanes from sending Israel via the airport. So I love this.
I'm happy as hell. Now, what is this? What is this? Jeff Dunham and somebody? What the hell is this? Jeff Dunham?
You brought this.
Oh, how does Peterson control his ventriloquist dummy without sticking his hand up his ass? That was harsh. That was by Sister Jax.
They're
just
Zionists at this end of the day, just like Hillary Clinton, just like fucking all of them. So
well, this is what I love about following our followers. We follow each other. It's we have a healthy community, and Jax had that up there, and I just loved it, so I had to bring it. Thanks, Jax. Terrific sharing these things. It's great, and that was a Jeff Dunham moment here. So. You've got.
He's so short compared to Peterson.
You know what? Jax did one of those circly things. You did one too, where it shows who follows you all around in the little.
Yeah,
dots.
just go to twittercircles.com and put your username in, and you can get your circle.
I am proud.
Now, I'm sure
honored.
It's data gathering, but at this point, it's fuck you. At least I'm getting something back from you.
Yeah, no, I'm proud and honored when I'm in those circles with people like Jax and everybody here. So even though, and if you guys aren't Twitter, I get it. You're in our circle too. But here we go with this. You brought this.
Beachfront property on sale now if you're willing to renovate and build on still decomposing bodies. Buy your home in Israel now. March 31st, 2024. That was in Teaneck, Eaglewood. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. How sick
Well, we've seen it. Remember we had the video? Oh, sure, I'd move to the beach. Remember that one?
Whatever. Whatever. Now, this is the video I was thinking it was. It wasn't Booker. It was Rokfin man.
Rokfin. This is so terrible. I didn't cut it. This is 4:28, and you can cut it wherever you want. My tea is running through me, so I'm going to run to the bathroom while we're running this clip. But it's so gross all the way through. So just cut it wherever you want.
Okay. When you get back, I'll cut it.
Okay.
Congressman, we have this letter. We just received it. That you sent to Nicole Shanahan. What did you say to her?
Well, look, I've known Nicole Shanahan for years. She's been a supporter. I would say she's an acquaintance. And we've shared common issues around the climate, common issues around reproductive rights. And when she called me to say that she was going to join Robert Kennedy's ticket, I said, well, Nicole, why don't you join the Democratic coalition, support President Biden, he will better advance climate. I understand
This
he has
guy
disagreements with the president.
gets off
We
on
do too,
lying
on
to the
certain issues
camera.
like Gaza.
I bet
Join
he
the
has to
coalition.
wear a
And I
Depends
texted
because
her
he
that
gets
I
off
was
when he lies
respectfully,
so
but I was
much, just to
hoping
catch
make
all
the
that
case that
crap.
her issues would be better served joining the coalition.
So
Look
she
at
says
him.
that you changed your position, that you actually
Look at
told
his
her
eyes.
that anyone
Look at his
should
gaze.
run and shouldn't be threatened for doing so. She
Jesus
posted
Christ, this guy is just a
your,
piece of shit, big
this
time.
exchange on X, and then you responded to her with a text that you sent her afterwards. What's your response to her claiming that you're not telling the truth?
Well, I don't think she's saying that. I did.
He's
say
not
that
telling
anyone
the
has
truth.
right
He's
to
a
run,
liar.
that no one should threaten her or no one should engage in character assassination of her, and I stand by that. And
Oh,
even in the
go fuck
text I
yourself.
sent her, I
Jesus
said,
Christ.
look, she has
guy.
absolutely the right to run, and I will never disparage her personally. But I will make the case, I'm making the case tonight,
Oh,
that
shut
given
up.
the stakes, given her own view in regenerative agriculture, on climate, on reproductive rights, how could she aid candidacy that's simply going to help reelect Donald Trump? And I want to make the case for her that she'd be better served supporting Joe Biden.
So
Is this
by
because
all
they're
of this,
threatened?
are you
Are they
saying that you are
threatened so
worried
much
that
they
an
had to ask Roe to come out here and do this?
I don't know what the hell they're doing, but you know they have Bolton on, they have Rokfin, they have having Bolton on's bad enough.
Roe lives for this shit.
And
though.
they
You
have
know
to,
that.
I feel like they have to bring on these congressional liars. But Sabrina kicked it out of the park this week
paid
on
extra.
this one. So I'm just going to play these two. The second one, I had to.
I cut the first one. I know. Oz put it on the deck, and I just couldn't help it. I had to go cut it.
This is good. So, but the second one's the one I produced. So let's run this, and this will set up the second one, actually.
Candidate at the end of the day, but the Kennedy voter and the Trump voter, the enemy, our mutual enemy is Biden. Since Biden is counting on us with Bobby in the mix, my thought is for the Republicans. See, Bobby right now, he's pulling from both sides.
Let me pause here. Everybody look at this.
Wait
Election.
a second.
Congressman.
This is the problem that we have with this YouTube, with her stream. For some reason, it doesn't start where you cut it. So I'm backing it up. I'm going to start it close to where you cut it there, Chanda. Let's get it going here. I'll have to.
Yeah, it didn't
produce
take
you.
my cut either. The next one's not cut either.
No, I've got the next one. I did that one. Okay, hold on.
I literally had like.
It is none of your business. And why is Rokfin doing this dirty work behind the scenes? Who put Rokfin up to this? Who said,
That's
hey,
what I'm saying.
Rokfin, you and Nicole are both in Silicon Valley area. How about you be the one to start a petition to get her to step down and walk away from the campaign? Like, what kind of mess is this? You cannot sit there and tell us that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy and you're doing this behind the scenes. This is why people look at the Democratic Party and they laugh at them and they call them hypocrites and they call them cheaters.
We do. We call you that.
That's because they are. They're hypocrites and they're cheaters
We
and
call
they're
them
liars.
that.
Yeah, we do. They are. And I was a practicing Democrat for 42 fucking
God, me
years.
too.
Now I'm a recovering Democrat, and I don't think I'm ever going to come back. Okay, let's see what this.
Never going to
has got.
recover.
What a mess.
Jesus Christ.
So by all of this, are you saying that you are worried that an RFK candidacy will end up costing President Biden the election?
I think the president can win regardless, but will it make it harder for the president? Absolutely. I mean,
That's his problem. That's Joe Biden's problem, and it's his problem to try to fix. But for you to sit up there and tell people what they can't do, what campaign they can't be a part of, what they can't participate in. Let's talk about this for a second. Nicole is a whole grown-ass woman. Who are you to come in like her dad and basically say, yeah, you shouldn't do this, step down and come back over to the Democratic Party and help us? This is wild. And see, now people see some of the things that goes on behind the scenes. This is what I was trying to tell you guys before about the DNC and what they did to Bernie Sanders. This is what they do behind the doors. This really wasn't supposed to get out the way that it did. I don't think he thought that Nicole was going to push back the way that she did.
I don't think that is revealing any unique math. I mean, the reality is that
Yeah, because the Dems are used to being fucking bullies. If they want to go after an independent, they fucking will.
If we lower the ceiling of what he needs to get, it makes it harder for the president to win. Do I think the president can overcome that? We can overcome that and win? Yes. But why diminish the odds and help tilt any advantage to Donald
Why
Trump?
diminish the odds?
Well, then Joe Biden should have been a better president, Rokfin. And me and you've had this conversation before on my own damn show. Joe Biden should have been a better president, and you wouldn't be in this situation. But let me tell you what he's saying.
Bingo.
So if he did this to Nicole, who else is he doing this to?
Yeah.
Did Rokfin reach out to any other third party or independent candidates? Has he reached out to Dr. West? Has he reached out to Jill? So he probably gonna reach out to Jill. Sorry, he probably gonna reach out to Jill because Jill has done this before, and Jill is definitely unwavering. She's run as third-party candidate before, so he probably did not go there. But who else did he reach out to? Or who else is he planning to reach out to? Let's ask ourselves this question, guys. Is Ro Khanna behind the scenes trying to sabotage the third-party and independent candidates by doing what he did to Nicole to other candidates as well? It makes you think. It makes you wonder. It'll come out.
Do you think that Nicole Shanahan is aware of what you are saying there, that this could end up resulting in a Trump presidency yet again?
I don't know. I'd love to have that conversation with her publicly, maybe on your show.
Fuck off.
The reality is she's been extraordinary in funding regenerative agriculture in places like Iowa State. She has worked on big climate issues. And so I was perplexed, baffled why she would choose to enter at this time, given the stakes, that it's a binary choice. Ordinarily, I understand. You want to get your views out. You want to push for reform. But I hope she understands that what she is doing really could put Trump back in the White House and undermand the goals that she believes in.
Put Trump back in the White House.
No,
it's
that
nothing
would have
Biden's
been
doing,
Biden's
but what
president.
she's doing.
Yeah, Ro Khanna is a bad con man again, like Booker, and it makes me sick that this is allowed by the base of the Democrats without any pushback on these guys.
I think it's going to get much worse. Okay, so the DNC announced, I think, in the last 24 hours, the security provisions that they're going to roll out in Chicago for the convention. Now, I personally firsthand experienced what they did to us in 2016, and we had a viable fucking candidate in 2016. Now, come on, let's be honest. There's no viable candidate that's actually going to the DNC. And my question is, what happens to all these people who voted uncommitted delegate when they realize that all their fucking votes are getting funneled to Biden and they don't have a say in it? I mean, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be a repeat of 68? Is it going to be worse? I mean, I know how bad it was in Philly. And of course, in 2020, we were locked down. It was COVID. Nobody cared to protest. And I've been thinking about it like, oh, fuck, I should really go, which means I need to start fundraising now. You know, it took me 6 months to get on the ground in Philly last time. But then I'm like, do I really even fucking give a shit? Do I give a shit enough to show up to protest the Dems? Like, no, it's just going to be deranged people out there thinking that their voice is just fucking heard by that fucking party, and it ain't. So why would I waste my time other than to entertain the masses and entertain you guys by showing you what's going on there?
Yeah, I think there's better use of resources than to even pander to those fuckers because both parties have been wrangling delegates ever since when? That's how they do it. They say
how they do it.
You either vote for X candidate or you're out of the party. And that's what they do. They threaten, they do just the shittiest stuff. I've seen it in real life too many times.
And now they're salting the ground with this type of shit, right? They'll be able to come blame if Kennedy takes a percentage of the vote. Well, we fucking told you it was going to be your fault that we got Trump. Remember, they used to do this to us for Joel Stein. Actually, they still do. But I've toe-to-toe had them do it to me at the Democratic
Trump didn't get us into more wars. Yeah, so are you doing that great under Biden? It's a crapshoot. They're both shitty in so many respects, but I'd rather have the Democratic Party fighting the Republican Party with a Trump presidency than fighting the base, the people like the Democrat. Their focus is on the base. That's why Trump. They're trying to brain fuck everybody out here. And believe me,
not the mind fuck, not the P. Diddy mind fuck.
Yeah, it's insane. Just go away, you assholes. What do you got here?
Okay, so I got a 3-for of Assange. I should have brought the Medhurst first, but that's okay. So Biden says he's considering Australia's request to drop prosecution of WikiLeaks founder Assange, and this is InfoWars talking about whoever presidential-wise decides to back Assange is probably going to win. Yeah, so here, let them tell you.
Well, what does Donald Trump want more? Does he want to prove a point with Assange and keep him in prison, or and remain not a president, or does he want to become a U.S. president again and use the Assange factor as wind in his sails? There's no doubt if whichever candidate for the U.S. election takes the Assange theme and runs with it, there'll be a large section of the voter base who will vote, who will give their vote for Assange, which it's up to the candidates. It's up to Biden, it's up to Trump, whoever embraces that policy, the pre-election promise. And of course, there'll be lots of international support for whichever candidate does that. Now, I shouldn't. I should say that I hope all of the candidates do, but the candidate that would benefit most would probably be Trump if he's able to do that. Problem is, Trump has already been in power, and during that time, he did nothing to help Julian Assange, and he's going to.
Exactly. And this is another reason I just have a hard time getting on board with Trump. And Trump did bomb Iran. Somebody said it in the chat at one point. Yeah, exactly. The general. Remember he killed the general?
Yep. Yep. Soleimani. Is
same.
that his name? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Remember he got off on that. Oh, yeah, we killed him.
No,
exactly.
I'm not saying that he was good at anything, but the minimal stuff that he did compared to what this administration's doing and where we're at tonight. Are you kidding me? Really?
That's right.
I told that person I was talking to today, if Hillary Clinton would have been elected in 2016, we would have already been in these wars.
And everybody called me fucking crazy when I called her out for that shit on the campaign trail. Yeah. I love this meme I don't know who made it for Assange. I'll just read it real fast. Who am I? I fought for liberty and was deprived of liberty. I fought for freedom of speech and was denied all speech. I fought for the truth and became the subject of 1,000 lies.
And it is accurate as hell. That's
that's a
awesome.
great meme.
So we've got this with shithead coming from
the State Department. Yeah, let's hear what the State Department has to say about Assange.
Right. President Biden said this week that the U.S. is considering Australia's request that it drop its extradition attempt against Julian Assange and instead allow him to go back to Australia.
Grim.
Normally when we ask about Assange, we refer you to the Department of Justice, but now that the president has said that there are diplomatic talks going on, that seems like it would be squarely in the State Department. So is the State Department involved in these conversations with Australia? What can you tell us about these talks?
That is a good way to try to get me to violate that rule about not commenting on extradition matters.
You guys know,
but I'm going to refrain from doing so. I don't have any comment. I would refer to the Justice Department for comment.
Does it broadly raise concerns for you about free speech and free press issues? You often will see dictators say, why is the U.S. lecturing us about press freedoms when they're trying to extradite a foreign citizen to their own maximum security prison?
So I will let the Justice Department largely speak to this issue, but as you've heard me say here before, one of the crimes that Julian Assange is charged with is helping Chelsea Manning hack into government systems, not receiving classified information, but helping her actually break into government systems to retrieve classified information, which, as far as I'm aware, has never been considered a legitimate journalistic practice, and is not the kind of practice that journalistic organizations typically engage in.
Well, technically, he offered to help her cloak her identity so that she wouldn't be discovered. We as journalists do that all the time with sources talking on Signal and other devices to try to make sure that sources are protected. Is that considered helping?
I am now a little bit, but probably further than I ought to go about facts that still are contained, or alleged facts that are contained.
I've gone too far. I've lied too much. That's got to be
they're just stringing us along with the Assange. Of course, they have to make their response. America has to respond to the courts by, I think, April 22nd was the date. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, I mean, other than that,
it's bullshit.
It's an election year. It's bullshit. They're blowing smoke up our fucking asses to try to, look, we're thinking about it. We're talking about it.
Everybody was going, this is great. It's not great because they're habitual liars, and I don't buy this shit.
I don't buy it either.
And guys, I'm the biggest cynic on the face of the planet next to this wonderful lady right next to me. We don't buy bullshit. We're bullshit analyzers, and we're not going to do it. And when we're wrong, we're wrong. But we've got a pretty good batting average. Not very often.
Jax, thank you so much for the super chat. Jax says, clarification, Pasta's birthday was today? Did I hear that right? Misty said on Twitter that she thought it was tomorrow. It is tomorrow. He was born April 14th, 1973.
Oh, man, he is a pup. You brought a Richie Medhurst. This is one of the changes in the deck, right?
Okay, so they cornered Biden yesterday and asked him the question again about Assange, and this is what he had to say. And Richie's going off on it in the way only Richie can.
Love Richie.
You guys know, obviously, I'm covering Assange's case very closely, and this is a clip from the White House, Biden speaking, and then I'll comment further once I've played it.
President Biden, do you have a response to Australia's request that you end Julian Assange's prosecution?
I didn't hear you.
Do you have a response to Australia's request that you end Julian Assange's prosecution?
I'm considering it.
You're considering.
I'm considering it.
I'm considering it.
Yeah, that's
so he's
a
asked
ventriloquist.
whether they will drop the charges, and he says we're considering it. Well, how benevolent of you, Mr. Biden. You know,
Richie.
I'll just remind you, Biden had 4 years now to drop these charges. And yes, I'm going to be pessimistic because I know what goes on in this case. And they've tried everything, you know, from thinking about killing Assange to kidnapping him, poisoning him. So yeah, I expect nothing less but dishonesty.
Yeah.
Joe Biden had 4 years to drop this case, which Donald Trump started. Nothing. Now, because the movement is growing a bit, and it's an election year, he's inclined to say and drop hints like this. I'm not convinced until I see Assange outside the prison walls, okay? Until I see him outside of Belmarsh, then I'm convinced. Because until then, this is suspicious. I don't trust CIA. I don't trust Joe Biden. I don't trust the U.S. administration. He's the one prosecuting him, so why would he show any mercy?
Richie's got it.
Richie's got it. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm considering it.
Then you have this Zionist schmooly licking.
Oh my God. Did I? Oh yes, really. Okay, yeah. Well, he wants to pardon Snowden. So that's what he's promising everybody.
Well, how about Julian Assange, asshole? Let's see this.
Well, I think he mentions Assange.
I'm going to pardon Edward Snowden on my first day in office as president.
Edward
Snowden
Here it
performed
comes.
a critical public service by revealing to Americans for the first time that our government had been spying on millions of us, of law-abiding American citizens, in violation of numerous laws and of our fundamental right to privacy. To intensify the spotlight on his case and bring pressure to bear on the Biden administration, I'm asking now that you sign a petition calling for the president to immediately pardon Edward Snowden and allow him to return unfettered to the United States.
Should be allowed to
I think he's a total traitor.
Oh, of course you do, Don.
You
I
would,
don't
Trump.
think Mr. Snowden was a patriot.
Do you think he's a traitor?
Prior to Edward Snowden, nobody knew that the intelligence agencies were illegally mining all of our data and spying on American citizens. So it's not surprising that those same intelligence agencies are now trying to portray Snowden as a criminal.
You can cut this wherever. I already ran it on my show.
All right, yeah, it's cut.
I just thought we'd talk about it. Yeah, I ran the whole thing over on Trailer Park Pundit. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pandering, but I'm glad somebody's talking about it.
Well, at
There's
least
a
he's
couple
on
of
the
things
record.
that Kennedy's talking about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He's on the record, and he did mention Julian Assange in that too, I believe.
At the very end, he does. Yeah, he does include Assange.
So, you know, whatever. But like Richie said, you can't trust these CIA fuckers. And isn't his niece a CIA operative working on his campaign?
The one that's running his fucking campaign. She was CIA for freaking ever. And you know what they say? You never stop being CIA. You just become private security.
Yeah, it's terrible. You brought this, RBN.
Okay, OJ died. OJ died this week, right? The OJ memes have been off the hook, so I figured we have to talk about it. But there was a clip over on CNN that was kind of mind-meltingly crazy, and it says, holy shit, CNN contributor says that the black community feels connected to OJ because he killed white people.
What?
And Nick says, OJ Simpson had white wife and hung around white people 99% of the time. I was only 2 at the time, but I would never understand how the black community got drug into his nonsense. And yeah, listen to this clip. It's kind of crazy.
But it was so racially charged because of what had happened just before with Rodney King, but also just how Black Americans feel about policing. It's not like O.J. Simpson was the leader of the civil rights movement of his era. You know, he wasn't a social justice leader, but he represented something for the Black community in that moment, in that trial, particularly because there were 2 white people who had been killed. And the history around how Black people have been persecuted during slavery. There were just so many layers. And I guess I would just close with this, is that There was racial tension then, there is racial tension now. It might not be the backdrop of the Trump campaign, but until this country is ready to actually have an honest conversation about the racial dynamics from our origin story till today, we will always have moments like O.J. Simpson that manifest, and our country will always be divided if we don't actually deal with the issue of race.
Whatever, CNN. I love the Norm Macdonald stuff. Do you remember Norm Macdonald bagging on OJ every fucking Saturday night on SNL in the 90s leading up to the trial, during the trial? He did an amazing job. It was hilarious. And he says, OJ died? You're joking. Really? Well, where is he? I don't see him. Are you sure? Oh, that's so Norm, right?
Christ. He would appreciate that. He would definitely.
Would totally appreciate that.
Yeah, he really would. Rest in peace. Rest in peace there, Norm. We miss you. I like the funeral procession idea here.
Oh, the memes have been off the hook. Oh, I got OJ. It comes with a glove that fits.
Yeah, shit.
I watched the whole OJ trial. I know you did. We watched the white Bronco. I remember watching all of that live. I mean, it was the early 90s. All you had was 3 television stations reporting news. And then, of course, if you had money, you had cable. But, like, yeah, that was public interest. Everybody watched it. What's going on?
When I was at work, we were at work. We were watching on a lunch break and following it and everything else. That was a big deal because I was watching that Bronco while they were chasing him. And
everybody's like, it's OJ, like the football player OJ, like, yeah.
This was what year was that? I don't remember what year it was. What was it? 90. Blah, blah, blah,
I want to say it was like 91 or 92. I don't remember.
Anyway, I made a bet, and it was 18 people. I made a bet with. I was the only one saying he's going to get off, and everybody laughed at me. They thought I was full of shit.
I thought he was going to get off too because he had money. He had that fucking dream team.
Yeah, right? I said he's going to get off. He's going to get off, and I'll bet you a case of Coca-Cola because I drank Coca-Cola back then. And I'll be down. And it was multiracial. Those 18 people. There were just every race you could imagine. Right. And they were all in unison. He's going to get convicted. And I said, no, he's going to walk out of there just clear as a bell.
But karma got him, man. Karma bent him over, and I absolutely believe OJ did it. I've read all the books. I watched the trial. I know the evidence. I know the players. Like, I'm telling you, he fucking did it. And then go watch that crazy-ass interview he did not too long after he got out of freaking prison.
I know.
If I did it, and he runs a scenario out in this interview of, like, what he would have done or that he did do. But he's totally telling it from a first-person point of view that he was fucking there, like, oh, I would have gotten to a karate stance. Like, it was the most bonkers thing I've ever seen. He freaking did it, but karma got him good, and then he ends up in prison for the whole Heisman Trophy thing, and that was perfect.
Yeah, that was good. Well, our executive producer has done it again, and she has stolen your Marilyn Monroe fire there.
I'll share Marilyn with her. I don't own Marilyn.
Moral compass. I love this, and this is Charlie India Alpha. Should be a cool movie. Sadly, it's a snuff film. So I haven't watched it yet because she just got it in.
What?
Yeah, I know. So let's check this out from our executive producer.
I'm intrigued. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, let's figure it out here. She's always blowing my mind. So here we go.
Charlie India Alpha. Should be a cool movie. Sadly, it's a snuff film, April 13th. On this date in 1953, United States Central Intelligence Agency Director Allen Dulles launched the mind control program Project MK Ultra, a later version of Project Artichoke, but with more teeth. It was developed and implemented by the CIA to inflict excruciating physical pain and unbearable psychological torture upon people for the sport of it, but in hopes it would elicit confessions from anyone, no matter what. Under the guise of interrogation research, the government ghouls administered LSD in high doses to manipulate their unwitting subjects' mental states, but also used electroshocks, hypnosis, isolation, and sensory deprivation to turn minds into pudding for reprogramming. They liberally applied verbal and sexual abuse, the two most commonly wielded tools in the CIA shed. Supposedly, these experiments in brainwashing were stopped in 1973, but do we really trust that the CIA gave this up after 20 years with the taste of blood in its mouth? We can trust our own eyes, though, when we see pictures taken at Abu Ghraib from 2004, after the United States began using it as a military prison. I'll go out on a limb and wildly claim that 2004 happened after 1973. So there's a chance a cessation in torture and mind control experiments still hasn't happened. Detainees held in Abu Ghraib were routinely brutalized, tortured, and abused in a myriad of ways by their arrogant American captors, some to the point of death. The military narcissists photographed their human rights violations and war crimes and bragged about it, but their reprimands were light, and the head motherfuckers in charge slithered away unscathed. Hashtag, they're called enhanced interrogation techniques. Now.
Leave it to Linda.
She is blowing me away. She has taken the
MK Ultra's
oh
fucking
my
birthday.
God. She's taken the yum yum to levels I've never dreamed of.
Yeah.
And
that
the
was
production
awesome. I can't wait
value.
for that one to get shared out. Yeah.
She's killing it. As this AI evolves, they're just going to get better and better and better. But she did a great Maryland there, too. That was just freaking awesome. Kudos to Linda. You knocked it out of the park again. You'll be able to see that yum yum. She will be uploading it in the next day or so. Check it out again. Get a encore of it. It was well worth it. Now, you brought this cuck here. What's going on here?
Oh, the FISA. They fucking FISA extension on us.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, something's wrong with your mic. Okay.
Well, there's been a lot of misinformation, quite honestly, dishonesty from the intelligence community, the spy community that still wants to spy regarding this legislation or what the restrictions we want to place on it for American citizens will do. It's called the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Authority. It's designed to allow the federal law enforcement to surveil foreign entities outside the United States who may wish us harm. But we got to have protections there for U.S. citizens. What we have found is from 2019 to 2022, there were 5 million warrantless surveillances of U.S. citizens without their knowledge, spying on U.S. citizens without their knowledge, not one of which was demonstrated, by the way, that it helped prevent a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. We think that's wrong. It's been politicized. It's been weaponized. We can give numerous examples of that effect. And what we've got to do is continue to keep the Constitution first, Americans' constitutional liberties first. They need to be protected at all.
Okay, can I hear you?
They all fucking voted for it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I reset it, so it's probably good. But yeah, they all fucking voted for it. Like 240 of them or something like that voted for it. And they extended it, for another 2 fucking years that they can just spy on us whenever they goddamn want. And, that's the world we live in. You have no privacy.
I just threw this in for grins. How Nancy Pelosi saved the NSA surveillance program. Yeah, and everything else that she's done. She's another terroristic shitheel that we got going on.
Well, that's what the Democrats do, and then they try to pander and act like they're the ones that are so, anti-surveillance and, oh, no, we're the free speech and,
Well, I think this is kind of Jason Crow. He's another one of these paid-off representatives saying there is no uniparty, there is no deep state, there is no spying on millions of Americans. Federal courts have repeatedly found no Fourth Amendment issues. This is a critical NatSec program, so please learn about it. He's so full of frickin' shit. Anyway,
think about why do we have the Fourth Amendment in the first goddamn place? Because before we, had a revolution and became a fucking country, those motherfuckers would just come kick our doors in whenever they wanted in the name of the king. And our forefounders, they foresaw that, no, you cannot have privacy if they can come in at their own will. And this is exactly what they're doing. And they're doing it under the guise of the digital age. Like, well, that wasn't in there. So it's
and he's making the case here. Let's talk about how U.S. support for Ukraine works. Over half the money goes directly to the U.S. economy, supporting U.S. businesses and workers. The new equipment updates, U.S. military stocks, and old equipment goes to Ukraine. It's a win-win. He's a sick piece of shit. This is terrible.
We get the name out to give them the old stuff. It's a
oh
win-win for everyone.
God, it's a win-win.
Let's also talk about how this bill is structured and how it provides that support. It provides that support by spending over half of the money right here in the United States to U.S. businesses and U.S. workers from places like Texas and North Carolina and Pennsylvania and Colorado, all throughout this nation, who will be building the equipment and supplies that we'll be sending to our military. Because that's another important part of this.
He doesn't even believe himself.
Our military sends
he's just saying what he has to say to get paid.
to Ukraine.
I
Ukraine uses it with great effect.
I gotta shut this guy up. This is a waste of
no, kill it.
air. Waste of air. Well, did you hear, Chanda? Biden's going to cancel more student debt.
Twice. I think he fucking forgot what he said earlier in the week, and so he did it again, maybe. I don't know. But they rolled out and dusted off the Mossy backs for this one. So they got Chucky and Warren playing off like this is the best goddamn thing ever.
Because you and I helped push for it, this week the president announced over 30 million people will have their student debt so reduced.
That's a lot of people. That is 4 Massachusettses.
And 4 New York Cities. Even better.
Almost as many left-handed people as there are.
I'm going to call bullshit on this because if you read the
city is left-handed people got their student loans.
Yeah, I mean this is pathetic. Sabrina Sabby Sabs once again did a breakdown of the fine fucking print on this, and we'll be lucky if 10% or under get student debt relief from this bullshit that they're trying to sell. Remind you, an election cycle, so here's some more shit they're giving you, and right there's the evidence. These people are pathetic.
That was so gross. If you want to watch that, go over to the Democrats X, you'll find it. But.
Yeah, check it out. Now, did I bring this or did you bring this? I brought this. Yeah, this is Clyburn. Clyburn. Talk about liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Let's talk about some of the real warning signs that I heard for the Biden campaign, Congressman, and that was that these undecided voters
C-SPAN could get some better
and then in
this
focus group showing that they are really suffering when it comes to interest rates, trying to buy a home, looking at their own personal economies, and they're feeling like they're being gaslit. They're feeling Joe Biden isn't accountable. What's your response to that, and how can the campaign address these feelings?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me. I think that we have to focus on people's everyday lives. And 401ks are not about people's everyday lives. And I do believe, just from my own observations, from the conversations I've had with people, they are concerned about things like inflation. But what we've got to get them to see is that inflation today is about 40% of what it was when Joe Biden took office. And so the inflation rates are down, and people's incomes are up. Unemployment is on the decrease. And although we see the prices at the stores costing more money, people are, in fact, earning greater incomes. So what we have to do is make sure that people see the policies of the Biden administration, how they affect their everyday lives, and get them to see in his policies that which is real, not what they may hear on social media. One of the focus group people talked about social media and the misrepresentation, disinformation,
looks
all
like
those things are out there, and that's the battle that we have to fight, and we've got to do a better job of fighting it more effectively.
So I'll validate that. I think the disinformation out there is distorting the entire process. I think social media doesn't help, but there's also a lack of validation that these voters feel. And I'm going to bring in
Now, this is a direct attack on censorship. They are afraid of what's happening on social media when you have people that are in the know actually telling you the truth. MSNBS, all of these Western media outlets are full bore scared to death because people are actually getting real news by going to where it's happening and observing it or trusting reliable independent sources. Now,
most people have built news networks by now, through the years on their social media, and people that they trust and they go to for the information. They don't go to these mainstream choices any longer.
Now
we can skip this. We're getting really long in the tooth, and we still have a lot of slides to go. I don't know why we have so many slides.
Anyway,
Bernie, who gives a shit? Bernie's
we don't give a shit. This gas bag is terrible. So I brought this.
Being a good Democrat.
They're talking about 15 million jobs, and I bring a little bit of this every week. According to the search results, 13 major retailers are closing store locations in 2024. Big Lots, Rite Aid, Outdoor Voices, Family Dollar, The Body Shop, Macy's, Tuesday Morning, Kmart, Foot Locker, Walmart, Boston Market, Walgreens, and Target. Hello. Guess what? Those 15 million jobs that Joe supposedly added to the economy are getting eaten up every week because I'm bringing these every week, and most of them are new. They are new, and I searched to find the ones that are the most recent closings and layoffs. So this is full of shit. The whole thing's a mess. And what everything Clyburn said, Cousin Vinny, was bullshit. So that's where we're at on that. So, you know, don't believe what you hear from these guys. Believe what you see and what you uncover yourself. Do your own reporting. Now, the true scale of the bloodbath in retail, revealed how 5,500 shops have closed in just 1 year. Even big names like Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Nike have suffered. So it's not just these little places, but Chanda, when you add up the number of employees and the number of support businesses that support all these companies, you know, vendors and shipping and everything else, that's a lot of people. And this is going to add up to 15 million loss quicker than shit the way it's going. So again, my heart goes out
on us, and it's snowballing fast.
My heart goes out to all of these supports, you know, the truck drivers and the vendors and everything else, the warehouse people. They are getting hit hard, and it scares me to death. And if any of you out there in the chat are in any of these industries that are being affected, please bring it to the chat and tell people Oz is either full of shit or he's right. I can be educated all day long. And here's one of the big architects that have put us on the road to hell here, Mr. Obama with his blue pill. So there you go. You brought that, Chanda. Very nice artwork there. Bidenomics, just a quick fly over here. We've got Bidenomics, you know, the price of everything. Chanda, you and I both talked about this. You were talking about
this on my show.
Orange juice and eggs and everything. Right now, the chickens are laying eggs, but the chicken feed has doubled in the last 2 years. So, you know, ground beef,
and it's full
crazy.
Of poison. It's full of poison. There was the whole controversy of Purina's making chickens not lay their eggs.
Absolute poison. And what do we got here? I'm trying to find this stuff. Okay,
we're on 49.
We're on 49. Here we go. All right.
For fish fry dinner.
$20. I won't even get to what McDonald's is doing and some of these other retailers. Now, you brought this one, and this... Did you bring this, or did I? We share a brain. It doesn't matter. So, here we go. From now on, money laundering will be called foreign aid. That's what it is. So
go ahead and skip this one. I mean, she's just complaining that she's paid $30 for 2 subs, and that is insane. That is what is happening with fast food. And then you brought one from McDonald's. I mean, and the fact of the matter, Oz, is it's not inflation that's causing these fucking fast food joints, and it's not the fact that they're having to pay a non-living wage of fucking $16 or $20. It's the fact that they're fat cats stuffing their goddamn CEO fucking pockets. They're not reporting losses and then cutting back and doing this shit and raising prices. No, they're reporting record fucking high profits at the same time that they're using the economy and the weak ass President Joe Biden to stuff their fucking pockets.
That's absolutely. And price gouging, everything. Can you bring this to Monday's show? It's pretty long.
Yeah.
Okay. And here we go. You brought this. Did I bring this? Cancer rates rising in young people due to accelerating aging, according to highly troubled news story. I believe it. Do you believe it?
Accelerating aging. I wonder what could be causing that. Highly troubling.
I dare not to speculate on that. We've got this one. Here you go. You brought this.
I thought this one was hilarious. Many FBI agents are struggling to make ends meet. Housing costs are to blame. Many FBI are based in cities where there's a high cost of living and struggling to make ends meet, forcing them to make long commutes and double up and be roommates. This whole article was such bullshit. Like, are you kidding me? If they're crying for a fucking living wage, what do you think the rest of us are goddamn doing?
Exactly. Exactly. And you brought this. This is how you do it, right? You sleep in a pod.
Well, they just need to get a pod. So this is in Seattle.
Of course.
Near Amazon headquarters in Belltown. Belltown's a nice little part of downtown Seattle. $600 a month, a 6 to 12 a month contract. 3 of the semi-pods are already rented out, all working professionals. I need to fill 1 more pod, first come, first serve. There's electrical outlets inside the pod and air filtration. You have access to a living room and a bathroom, etc. They're also pretty quiet on the inside. So $600, you can live in a damn pod.
Oh, how nice. We saw those in those honeycomb things in Japan. They've had these in Japan for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, they've had these. Yeah, they've had these in Europe for a while.
So
that's how they want us living now.
So what's this? The $30,000 hospital bill? Everything must get took.
Well, that's how much it costs to have a kid in the United States. So this TikTok. This is like, if I'm paying $30,000 to have a kid, I'm taking everything out of that fucking hospital room that they're billing me for. Right? You're not gonna leave anything behind. No toothpaste, no shampoo.
Everything took. I mean, fucked up. Body wash took. Lotion took. Towels took. Milk took. This took. Pampers took. Water wipes took.
$30,000. That's what you're looking at.
Nipples took. Nose thing took.
I do that when I leave a hospital room anyways, because I know it's already fucking being billed to. The insurance is going to bill it. Well, not the clubs. That's a little extreme.
Ice packs.
You can kill it whenever.
I understand. I understand the frustration and the point they're trying to make, and a lot of that stuff is in there for the nursing staff to do. So yeah, but yes,
the gloves and shit. Come on, that was a little extreme.
Give me a break, man.
Yeah,
Give me a break.
I get like the shampoos and the little things that they bill.
The bottom line is the medical insurance industry has caused everything to get stupid crazy in the country. Now Boeing's had another rough week, Chanda. Another rough
I know.
week.
I heard another one. Another one had to take an emergency.
Yeah, and then they've got a whistleblower that's scaring him to death. I hope he doesn't have an unhappy accident. Boeing 787 Dreamliner could break apart in midair, says whistleblower. And once again, 15 million jobs added.
Dude, that's so scary.
Yeah, I won't be flying anyway, but I'm fearful. You know, even if I don't fly, how do you like the artwork down there in the corner? That's what I see when I think of Boeing now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with Boeing.
That scares me. I mean, I used to just put it out of my mind, but the later we get into late stage capitalism, the more I go, I don't know if I can trust the planes anymore. Like, they're not paying the people enough, and they're taking the shortest cuts they can. So maybe I better drive.
No, I can't. But nobody's safe, because guess what? They break apart in the air. They might be above your head. Or on a freeway.
Coming through your house,
you got a freeway that collapses.
Nightmares tonight, as I needed all that.
Yeah, I know. It's a scenario you got now. But wait, there's more. The U.S. Air Force is bringing 40-year-old supersonic bomber out of mothballs, and this is why. And I tested out a new lip sync thing here with Chanda, AI Chanda.
Okay. Any other Air Force might content itself with 140 bombers and redistribute the lost bombers' operating budget. But the U.S. Air Force is counting on the B-1 to play a lead role in a possible air war over the Taiwan Strait. It's such a high priority that the service is spending millions of dollars recovering from long-term storage, a surplus B-1 nicknamed Lancelot that's been sitting in desert storage, a.k.a. the Boneyard, for 3 years.
I've been to the Boneyard. I love the Boneyard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Tucson.
So what did you think of AI Chanda there?
Or is it in Phoenix? I can't remember. No, that's great. Excellent for sure.
But
I can't wait till I don't even have to show up. We can just use her to do my show.
Well, there's a program that's in the wings that should be showing up any time that makes that one look bad. It's so good. So I'm looking forward to doing something with that.
Phone it in.
Yeah, well, we won't, though. What is this all about?
Oh, this one's going to crack you up. Okay, so We have a contract. We're giving a contract to build a train on the moon because we don't need trains here in the United States. Fuck that. No.
What?
And Biden introducing Secretary Booty Juice. Yeah, that's what he called him. Booty Juice. These are
Oh my
funny.
God.
Hey guys, it's Josie here. Emergency press conference. Apparently, these motherfuckers, Northrop Grumman, won a DARPA contract to put a motherfucking train on the moon. I believe this contract was $75 million to come up with a prototype to put a motherfucking train on the moon. They're calling it the race for lunar supremacy. Lunar motherfucking supremacy. We have crippling inflation. We are on the brink of World War III. They're trying to reauthorize FISA in order to spy on the American citizens without warrants. It's an emergency, guys. There is a crisis at the southern border. New York is a communist hellscape. We got gain-of-function bird flu.
I wonder
we
what party she
$34 trillion
likes.
in debt. And what does the Department of Defense do? Well, it authorizes a DARPA grant to build a fucking train on the moon. You can't afford groceries, but they're allocating money for moon train. Look at how retarded this is. Motherfuckers are authorizing moon train. Moon train.
Moon train. Moon train. That's
Moon
good.
train.
That wins the award. That one's crazy. I love it.
I don't know. This one's pretty funny. The Biden one's pretty funny.
Thank you, Secretary Buttigieg.
Somebody help that man.
Somebody help that man. Boozish. Oh my
booty
God
juice.
in heaven.
Booty juice. It's booty juice.
So what's going on with the Africa here? Is they got fucking superstorm coming in?
Okay, so
or
did
what?
you see this? Okay, so I don't know if this has actually been debunked. So, okay, this anomaly showed up a couple of days ago, right after the eclipse, like on Tuesday, Monday night, Tuesday, coming out of Antarctica. And it's being picked up, supposedly, this is data coming in from the NOLA buoys, right?
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
changed, they can tell differences in sea level. So if there's big waves out there, the buoy will drop and then they'll know it. So anyways, this has been debunked by, Politico Fact and all the ones that tell you, no, you can't believe this. But a lot of people are going, yeah, I don't know. So just check it out. It's weird. Is it just a glitch in the system? Who knows?
What the hell?
Oh, wait. And it should be up in the North Atlantic by now. I mean, it was heading in. It's getting pretty close to the North Atlantic. Because underwater, this isn't, this is something that's moving underwater. And they're like, oh, no, it was just a wrong data dump. Like, it was just a glitch in the way the data was being collected. It was a system data. So I don't know. Like they would tell us, because they, civilians keep an eye on a lot of this shit. The satellites and, the different maps and shit. So they always just have that excuse, like, oh, it was just technology.
Face we make when someone says, why would they lie? That's funny.
Why would they lie to us?
Yeah, yeah. Great news, Chanda. Not only did we have an increase in the postage stamp or postal rates this year already, we're gonna get it again. So, yeah, it's gonna raise it up again in July.
How much is it?
I didn't even look. It was just like
these are all 32. It hasn't been 32 in forever.
No, these are just the models they used, and I fixed the models with the reface. And we have Pasta James Dean, we have Shanda Marilyn Monroe, of course. We got Humphrey Bogart Obama. We've got Ruth Bader Ginsburg Pelosi. We've got George W. Bush Oz, and then we've got, and this is pretty good, Edgar Allan Poe Joe Biden. I think those work out. What do you guys think? Is that a good rendition? So anyway, you're gonna get screwed with postage again. It was already through the moon, so they're wrecking everything.
It's outrageous. Try to ship something like that has any kind of weight to it, and you're gonna find out it's spendy.
But wait, there's more. San Andreas may be getting ready for an earthquake, say seismologists. I've seen this for the last 2 weeks. They're worried about an earthquake. What are they trying to tell us, Shanda?
Well, the earthquakes are prone to happen after an eclipse. I mean, history has told us that, and they don't have to happen right when the eclipse happens. Like, it's the gravity pull. Like, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months. Who knows? Who can predict these things?
Well, I'm betting on the nuclear war. I just started watching Fallout on Amazon Prime this week.
Oh gosh, damn! I've been waiting for it, and I keep going over there and checking, and okay, it's finally dropped. Cool.
Yeah, no, it's what are they doing with are they? Is this more social conditioning? Are they getting us ready for the apocalypse or what?
Yes,
so if
they've
it isn't,
been getting us ready for the last 20 years. It's all been nothing but apocalyptic entertainment. Think about it.
If it's not a damn earthquake, it's going to be a nuke. So whatever. What the hell is this? This is
some popcorn. It's not going to matter at the end of the day.
This is shark.
AOC this is your Fox cream of bullshit. AOC gets owned by the Shark Tank dude.
All right, let's check it out.
Listen to this. Shark Tank host Kevin O'Leary not holding back his thoughts on New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
She's a great politician. Let's celebrate that. Is she a bad manager? 100%. She's terrible. They're both true.
So if she was a business,
I wouldn't.
Would you pass? On Shark Tank?
Let me be specific. Yeah. I wouldn't let her manage a candy store.
But let's let her be a congressman.
AOC in the New York Democratic primary on June 25th, and he joins me now. Marty, good morning to you. Not even a candy store, let alone Congress. What do you think about those comments?
He's Mr. Wonderful, and I'd like to take Mr. Wonderful to meet the wonderful people of the Bronx and Queens. He's not only right about that, but I think the impact of AOC's really terrible leadership is much worse than one candy store, because now if you're a business and you're trying to, let's say you're going to put a plant in Queens, well, you're going to think twice about that. Let's say you're BMW and you're going to put a plant somewhere in the United States, maybe at a plant or an office. Well, you're going to think twice about that, and then you're going to say, no, I'm going to go to Greenville, South Carolina, where it's pro-business. So if you're not pro-business, it isn't just that you're a bad manager or a bad leader, you're bad for the community in general.
Well, that reminds me of the thing with Amazon. Remember when she didn't want the Amazon headquarters in her district, and then that was scrapped, and people said, man, that could have been my job.
This guy doesn't stand a chance. The party wants her in there.
Right. Yeah, she's there because she's been chosen to be there. She's a plant, 100%. Probably a CIA plant at the end of the day, you know.
So remember, everybody, this show is satire, and a lot of things that come out of my pothole are satire. Wink, wink. But this story, Chanda brought this.
These are crazy stories. So, Vietnamese billionaire sentenced to death for $44 billion fraud. Well, yeah, I'd say, yeah, that's cool. And I saw a lot of people rooting this on. But here's the thing. They're only killing her because she stole money from the billionaires.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got Enron written all over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
then
this
remember this story? We reported on this story when it happened years ago. Parents of the Michigan school shooter, Ethan Crumbley, sentenced to 10 to 15 years in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did do some shady shit, though. I mean, the way they ran and they were hiding evidence and shit.
Well, they knew they were fucked. That's why they left. But this Vietnamese sentencing billionaire thing, we can only hope that sentences in the United States for these corporate villains maybe get to this point. I don't know. Maybe it would.
It'll never happen. They own the police state.
I know they do. I know they do.
We don't have a fucking chance in it. It's snowball's hell.
You brought an AM wake up.
AM Wake Up. Steve makes me laugh. I listen to AM Wake Up a couple of times a week, and I appreciate it. Let's see. This is hypersexual zombie cicadas infected with bizarre STD fungus will emerge in the U.S. And he says, why are you guys still going outside? Aren't you scared enough yet? Here, fucking zombie bugs. Is that enough? Stay afraid, stay inside, and give the government all your money.
Yeah, he must be talking to boomers. That's
Him and Chris cracked me up. But come on, now they have a sex disease. This is crazy.
It is. What's this one? You brought this.
Society, if children were taught to trust their inherent creative nature instead of being trained to behave like obedient factory workers in service to a global economic system that is slowly destroying the planet.
Yeah. It is. It has, and it will continue to do so. Can you bring this Monday, or do you want me to play it now?
Yeah, go skip it.
Okay.
I know.
United spot.
I brought one United spot in 3 weeks or 3 months, and it gets skipped. I knew it.
I'm sorry. We are low on time. You're absolutely
no, let's
right.
do meme time. Let's do meme alley. We got
meme alley. So we got. I brought you a few memes too tonight. So this one right here. What is this? 2024. What do you got here?
Millennials buying a house.
Yeah, and when there's a tornado watch, but you're ready, of course, you got to have the ruby slippers. And 2024 is 28% complete. Yes, it is. And you brought Harry Potter. You brought that.
When Harry Potter lived under the stairs, it was considered.
It was considered child abuse, but in New York's considered a $3,800 studio apartment. So yeah, it does. And we lost Sister Chanda. So Sister Chanda, go out and come back in, and I will continue with Meme Alley. I don't know why we lost her. I hope we can get her back. Let me see where we are. She got cut off in mid-sentence there. I brought this one, and this is an oldie but a goodie. Get over yourself, Hillary. And we've seen this quite a while back. We've got, let's see, what do we got here? We've got ripping us all off. This is good. This is great. We need everything to be PUD anymore. These energy companies, water companies, everything is just tearing us to shreds. And let's see, what else do we have? Come on back, Chanda. They want to hear you, not me. And we've got Cube Zoom. 2 new public order vehicles to roll out across the streets of London. What are they expecting? Holy crap. Those look like, what, from Die Hard? Bring in the car. Bring in the car. Is it the car or the van? Then we have...
Up or something?
Yeah, where'd you go? Are you back?
I don't know. I was there and I could see you, and you just couldn't see or hear me.
Yeah, so now you're back. Shanda's back from Limbo Land. It is Meme Alley, and we're going to go to Meme Alley. I'm going to get you out of there and get you back on track. I've continued on. So here we go. And yes, gas prices in 1972 were, I remember them, were 22.9 cents a gallon. However, I have to say by 1974, they were up to 36 or 39 cents a gallon. And we had the gas crisis. Remember that, Chanda? And yes. I had this waterbed. I think everybody did, because they all look the same. They all look the same. I kind of miss it, but I don't. And I actually had one of these grocery shopping lists. And this thing...
That's what that was?
Yeah, it's for grocery, cookies, potatoes. I mean,
okay.
Very.
I remember seeing them. I just never knew what they were for. Now I know what they're for.
Yeah, that's what they were for. Now you brought this one. I'll let you start reading these.
Oh, I love this. The Golden Girls. When someone asks me the last time I give a flying fuck, picture it, Sicily, 1912.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. And brought a little update on the houses. New house, $23,000. Average income, $9,400. New car, $3,500. What year was this from? Minimum wage, $2.10 an hour. Movie ticket, $155.
1972.
I'm thinking you're right. 1972. I think that's right. I don't have for sure.
No. I'm pretty sure it was 1972.
I did. I tried to do fashion. I really couldn't find everything, but this one called to me. This one called to me, and the thing that called to me was the sponsorship. Sponsored by Honey Bucket. Do you get a Honey Bucket vibe off of that one?
I do. Do you get your own toilet brush that you got strapped to your leg?
I think so. It's a loofah too, so you get kind of a jolly out of it, I guess. And we have Stoner Corner.
This one's so mean. So mean. So when they ask you what the difference is between sativa and indica,
I think it's pretty right on. That would work for me, for sure. I love that.
I don't know who this is. You must have put this in here.
No, Cody Bellinger explains his hot streak. There's no pressure to win 100 games. Here we're all meshing and playing well, so I cleaned my bong. That was Linda throwing that in. She's a baseball fan. So it is time for the Shitlit Book Club recommendations of the week, and we've got a hell of a good recommendation here, stirring up some shit, and that's the Chanda-Masta story. I think that fits perfectly. And then we have I Don't Have Resting Bitch Face. It's just Botox. Also, I Don't Give a Fuck. To APAC, love Lindsey Graham. Does that work for you, Shanda? That's for Shitlit Book Club of the week. So,
Lindsay. Yeah, I bet he does get Botox.
Yeah, I think so
Gotta
too.
keep that southern skin tight.
Yeah, keep it tight. Hollywood, please go fuck yourself. And the nice thing about shit, what was I talking about? Amazon, the movie, the series, Brain Freeze.
Brain Freeze.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. I started, what is it? Three Body something? Three Body. It's weird.
Three Body Problem. That put me to sleep halfway
Three
through.
Body Problem. I fell asleep during it too. I have to go rewatch the last episode.
Three Body. Well, Michael Rappaport gets knocked off in the second episode, so he's got like 10 minutes of time.
Worth watching.
Yeah,
that's
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that.
I know he was in it.
Yeah, Fallout. Sorry, Fallout.
He's
not
out
the
there
boys.
losing his shit. He was losing his collective shit before we went live over on the X. You know.
Oh yeah. Just going crazy.
Yeah.
So Hollywood, go fuck yourself. You brought this one. I think that's pretty right on, Chanda.
Oh yeah. Did you see this photo shoot with Rihanna? Where I don't know if she actually did the APAC one, but yeah, it looks like it fits. So.
Looks like some editing there, personally. So yeah.
Probably.
That's probably AI generated. That's one of the downfalls when you want to use that shit for that. But this, from what I understand, is pretty right on. Disney is a killer. Disney donated $2 million to Israel. Israel killed more than 2,700 children in Gaza, and I think that number keeps going up and up. So I think that's pretty apropos for describing Disney. But as you say, Shanda, Hollywood is full of Zionists. So they've been propagandizing us for years. What do you got here?
Underrepresented in Hollywood. I don't know.
What is Ariana Grande? What the hell is
I don't know, but is it just me? Help me out here, chat. I need your help on this. Do you see fucking Obama? So it's Ariana Grande. It's supposed to be Jim Carrey and Ariana Grande, but I swear to God, I see Obama.
I couldn't figure it out. I'm thinking that's Obama, and no, it's Jim.
I know, me too. But it's Jim Carrey. If you look, it's just Jim Carrey and Ariana Grande.
Well, I think we made it. Barely, we made it with a couple of minutes to spare.
I crashed and burned for a little bit, but I'm back.
Yeah, no, like I said, exit reels tomorrow, 10:15 a.m. Pacific. And you want to start giving out announcements here, Shanda, for the week? What we got going on?
Announcements. What do I got going on? I got a lot going on. So Monday and Wednesday, I will be back with Trailer Park Pundit. We're in the new studio and having a blast. I'm working on the sound effects. The sound effects are why I've moved studios like 3 times, and now we're in the new studio. And they were working, but now they're not.
Yeah,
that's my bane this week.
And honestly, I feel bad because I have not even checked into the sound effects because I've been busy with so much other
I'll
shit.
Figure it out.
It's been crazy. But Monday night, we're going to have a little impromptu stream. And we're going to have our friends from INN Network, Andy and Reef, over with Linda. And Linda has confirmed for Monday night, so she will be joining us. So Linda and Shanda. Well, I don't know if you'll see her, but you'll hear her, and she'll have a picture. Yeah, but she'll be there supporting Sister Shanda in the Sausage Fest room, and I will be engineering. So that's going to be Monday night at 7 p.m. I don't know what it's going to be about other than talking about engineering and live broadcasting and working with podcasters, you know, we talked a little bit about that on our stream yesterday morning, and I want to thank everybody for giving us a thumbs up over there. We got tons of thumbs up. And a lot of good feedback having pasta on the show, and it was fun. We did a great stream, and tonight I think we're still good. The stream has been relatively healthy, so
it's been great. I don't know why I crashed. I think that may be just my internet, but I want to shout out the Rumble real fast, Oz. We have 37 folks hanging out on the Rumble tonight. That's a great number for the Rumble. And we just love that we're growing. Please hit that like button and sub. We are so suppressed and so algorithmically challenged. We need your help. And the only way anybody finds out about us is if you guys like and share us. So
yeah, it
tell
is.
your friends.
And honestly, for those of any particular party affiliation on any platform, we do not take sides when it comes to parties. We support the people. So I guess they would call, what would they call us? Because we've been bagging
I'm on the side of the trailer park. That's
we're the trailer park side, but we've been beating the hell out of this lousy, stinking Biden administration ever since they took office. So the next before. So whoever takes office, you could expect we're going to be very critical, analyzing bullshit coming out of their pie holes too. So again, we really do appreciate everybody, no matter who you subscribe to, party affiliation or not. It's people, and we better start talking to each other, because the people upstairs who are running this show in our governments are getting us so close to war, poverty, everything else. Which one?
World War or Civil War? I mean, I was talking to a Blue MAGA the other day who was hell bent on wanting Civil War, and I just had to laugh. Like, they're gonna kick your asses.
Blue MAGA. Oh God, is that a thing? Blue MAGA? Is they
yes,
talk about,
the Blue MAGA.
I don't know what that MAGA even means anymore. They're my neighbors, and we agree.
In my head, I think of MAGA as like Neo, so like Blue MAGA would be.
I think there's more neocons than the Democrats these days.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, so anyway. Well,
Thank you, Guts, for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, thanks you for putting up with our shit again on a Saturday night. And shout out to everybody. Sappy Sabs is killing it over there. If you haven't checked her out, INN, our sisters and brothers over at INN. I don't know. No, who else are we shouting out? Fee, Pasta, Combo Couch, Richie, everybody. Yeah.
Misty's got a news channel. Go follow it over on YouTube called The Misty Winston Show.
But support independent media, because the corporate media is just going to keep sticking that trowel in your eye socket and tearing your face off every chance they get. We love you guys. We're going to go out with a cover from the Hindley Street Country Club people, and they're from Australia. And I sent you that article. They are.
I know.
They are one of the best cover groups on the planet. They have been voted, I think, in something. They really are. And they are fantastic. So good night, everybody. We'll see you next Saturday for Beauty and the Boomer, barring no mushroom clouds or internet outage or anything else. Have a great one, guys. It's been fun. It's always fun with you guys. Here we go. Henry Street Country Club. We got some Who and some Tears for Fears.
Who are you?
Be you walk when love falls from the trees. My heart is like a broken cup. I only feel right on my knees. I spill out like a sewer hole. You still receive your kiss. How can I measure up to anyone now after such a long message? Well, who are you? Come on, tell me who are you? Oh, I really want to know. Tell me, who are you? Come on, who? Wow, who the hell are you? Who are you? But I really want to know. I really want to know. Yeah, I really want to know. I really want to know. Who are you? I wanted to be with you alone and talk about the weather, but traditions I can trace against the child in your face won't escape my attention. You keep your distance via a system of touch and gentle persuasion. I'm lost in admiration. Could I need you this much? Oh, you're wasting my time. You're just wasting time. Something happens, still I'm head over heels. I never find out till something happens, still I'm head over heels. Don't take my heart, don't break my heart, don't throw it away.